pull off the upset and try and end the season on a good note here today at Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill. It's FCS versus FBS. The Catamounts against the Tar Heels here in college football action. Thanks for joining us wherever you may be here on ACC Network Extra. Freeman Jones will kick it off as North Carolina won the toss, deferred to the second half. So Western Carolina will receive the opening kickoff of this game. And we're underway here at Kenan Stadium, and that'll be a touchback as Donovan Spencer lets it sail out of the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for Western Carolina at its own 25-yard line to begin the game. There is Tyree Adams. He's the heart and soul of this Western Carolina offensive attack. 24 total touchdowns on the season. He has over 2,100 passing yards this year. Needs just 98 rushing yards to have 1,000 rushing yards this season. Good dual threat quarterback. 1st and 10 for the Catamounts at their own 25-yard line. And a fumble on the first play from scrimmage, and Adams has to pounce right on top of it. They tried for the little jet sweep to the near side, and a dangerous play, and Adams had the mindset to pounce on it for a loss on the play.
Yeah, just got to settle down a little bit here. Snaps a little high. Didn't have quite the ball security that you would like when you're handing it off there, and decided to keep it.
Loss of 6 on the play brings up 2nd down and 16. And a whistle and penalty flag comes in. This will be false start on Western Carolina.
False start, number 17, offense, 5-yard penalty. Second.
That's on Andrew Miles, the left guard, number 72. Preseason second team All-SoCon entering this season.
And the question you got to ask is, make sure the game is not too big for you. They put on their pants just like you do. Settle down, play the game.
So 2nd down and 21. The play fake to Spencer. Adams wants to throw. Going down the sideline, had a man open, but overthrown and incomplete. Looking for Jordan Mathis down the right sideline. It's out of bounds, and now just like that, 3rd down and 21 coming up for Western Carolina.
Certainly not the start that Coach Spears wanted to have. He talked about, taking advantage of those opportunities, and so far they've shot themselves in the foot on the first 2 plays.
Third down and 21. Must reach the 35-yard line for the 1st down, and Adams going to keep it himself. Avoiding tacklers and finally gang tackled for a short gain past the 15 down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 3. Corey Bell, first man there for North Carolina to take him down. And it'll be 3 and out for Western Carolina.
Yeah, tough start for the Catamounts, and, the penalty, the fumble. Very discombobulated to start the first series off, and you have to be able to sustain drives. Of course, field position is a part of that, and now you're backed up and you're giving the Tar Heels great field position.
Ian Berryman will kick it away to the dangerous Daz Newsome, standing near his own 45-yard line. Here's the first punt of the day. A short, wobbly kick, and taken on the fly by Daz Williams at his own 48 into Western Carolina territory. A huge return down the sideline he goes, stays on his feet, and finally out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Great field position for North Carolina. It'll be 1st down and goal to go for UNC.
And that's the one thing that Coach Fedora talked about. The one thing that he wanted his team to be able to do is to be able to take advantage of the kickoff returns and the punt returns. And of course, Newsome is very explosive when he has the ball in his hands, as you can see.
Only a 36-yard punt, a 41-yard return by Daz Newsome, and the Tar Heels are in business. They mark the line of scrimmage at the 11-yard line, so not 1st and goal. 1st down and 10 from the 11. And Michael Carter goes up the middle. First man there to take him down, Michael Murphy. Short gain by Carter. Gain of 4, brings up 2nd down and 6.
This offensive line likes to lay on you, like to really wear you down. And Nathan Elliott, he's going to be handing the ball off many times to the running back.
Give to Michael Carter again, and this time taken down for a loss in the play. Javonte Williams, the will linebacker, on the stop for Western Carolina. Loss of 2, and now 3rd down coming up for UNC.
Well, this is one of the things that they talked about in the red zone. They're getting field goals, extra field goals, and not touchdowns. And this is what they want to be able to do, convert when they're in the red zone and get touchdowns.
There you see the third down numbers this year for North Carolina, converting only 35% of the time, 3rd and 8, and ball is deflected and then intercepted. Intercepted by Western Carolina. Down the right sideline, Michael Murphy being chased and finally wrapped up from behind by Daz Newsom inside to the 25-yard line. A huge return on the interception by Michael Murphy.
And Brock, this has been the story all year long. Kind of deja vu of that Virginia Tech game. They're about to get ready to score, and instead they fumble and they go 99 yards. This case, there's a tip ball by the receiver, and the DB makes a great play, having his head on the swivel, and gives the Catamounts great field position, having the opportunity to strike in the end zone.
The 3rd interception this season by Michael Murphy. And it's a 70-yard return and good field position for Western Carolina on its 2nd possession of this first quarter. And Adams fakes the toss and will go up the middle himself. Inside of the 25-yard line, maybe the 24. Just a short gain of a couple for Tyree Adams. Jason Strobridge, number 55, on the tackle for UNC.
Yeah, and Jason Strobridge is the guy that is very versatile, a guy that will get penetration up the middle, but he's got to do his job just as he did there.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Adams will throw into the end zone area, and the ball is caught at the 1-yard line by DJ Thorpe as he hauls it in despite a defender hanging all over him. 1st down, goal to go for Western Carolina, a gain of 24.
We saw in the beginning, first series, a little shaky. I think the coach said, hey guys, you got nothing to lose. This is your last game, and they're playing like it right now. And a great play, a great throw right here, getting on the 1-yard line, and right now the goal line defense and offense is in the game.
Three running backs for Adams to work with here on 1st down and goal from the 1-yard line. Western Carolina looking to take the early lead, and walking into the end zone is Tyree Adams for a touchdown, his 9th rushing touchdown of the year. A 1-yard scamper for Tyree Adams, and the Catamounts have the early lead.
Was there ever a doubt who was going to get the football? We talked about it earlier. This offense is the Tyree Adams offense, and he's going to utilize those legs on the 1-yard line, and he goes in almost untouched.
3 plays, 25 yards on the drive. Took 1 minute and 10 seconds after the interception from Michael Murphy, as Will Horton is on for the extra point, and it is good. And just like that, Western Carolina takes a 7-0 lead nearly 4 minutes into the game. First, the interception by Michael Murphy, returning it 70 yards deep into Carolina territory. Tyree Adams does the rest. Catamounts lead. Carolina, as the Catamounts got a 1-yard touchdown run by Tyree Adams, the quarterback. Before that, a 70-yard interception return deep into North Carolina territory by number 30, Michael Murphy of Western Carolina. Here's the kick by Will Horton, and Anthony Ratliff Williams will take it himself at his own 2-yard line. Runs into his own teammate, little friendly fire before Marvin Tillman and A.J. Rogers taken out and take him down inside the 20. That's where North Carolina will start. A return of 19 yards for Anthony Ratliff Williams. Okay, yesterday, Ronaldo, we talked with head coach Larry Fedora of North Carolina, asked him what's been the biggest hurdle for the team this year. And he said costly turnovers. And, well, to start the game, a turnover by the Carolina offense, and Western Carolina capitalized.
Yeah, and you see Michael Murphy there. They showed him on the sideline. Big play for his team, and of course defense looks really excited to get back out there.
Michael Carter finds a big hole, has a 1st down and more. Down the sideline he goes, and finally forced out of bounds by Reggie Jones, the right corner for Western Carolina. It's a 1st down for North Carolina, a gain of 29 on the play.
Well, you see the running back coach Reggie Gillespie there, and he's excited because he knows the type of horses he's got in that backfield. Michael Carter, as we talked about early, physical runner, is hard to bring him down. You got to get a good dose of that running game. Of course, Michael Carter starts it off.
Quick throw by Elliott, little inside receiver screen. Pass is caught by the Tar Heels, and De'Ami Brown, wide receiver for North Carolina, gains a few more yards, and it's a first down again for UNC.
Yeah, a little bit of a perspective. You know, it started the series, you saw the Catamounts excited, they're jumping up and down, and then Carolina, they came out with a kind of a calmness there, a confidence, I think there was.
Elliott, quick throw, finds Anthony Williams near the first down sticks again, and 3 straight first down plays for North Carolina. Williams, a gain of 10 on the play. First and 10 again for UNC.
Well, there's no secret that Anthony Ratliff, when you get the ball in his hands, he makes things happen. They want to be able to get the ball in his hands in all different types of ways, whether he's a receiver or running back. The kid from Butler, right outside of Charlotte in Matthews, North Carolina.
And now Anthony Williams will line up in the shotgun for North Carolina. And he'll keep it himself as he fakes the handoff to one of the running backs, and Williams on the zone read. Inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line, another first down run.
Right, this is just a quarterback run by Ratliff. Did I fail to mention he also plays quarterback, Brock? And we talked about getting the ball in his hands. That's what the offensive coordinator talked about. You got a big offensive line. They're playing great. Why not put the ball in a guy like Ratliff's hands?
And now Nathan Elliott, starting QB, back in there in the shotgun for North Carolina. Hands it off to Michael Carter again, trying to turn that corner. Runs into 3 Catamount players. Short gain of 2 yards down to the 16-yard line. Brings up second down and 8 for UNC.
Great hustle by the Catamounts, being able to get 3 guys, starting with Harris on that one there. Again, you're going to see a big dose of this, of the run, and of course Michael Carter is a very physical back.
Elliott has time, dumps it off to his wide receiver Thomas Jackson. Jackson will go into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. Thomas Jackson with his 2nd touchdown reception of the season, a 17-yard score.
Yeah, Thomas Jackson, almost the exact same play as we had during the interception when Bo Corrales tipped the ball, and it comes right back, a drag across the middle. Thomas Jackson gives a little stutter step and goes right into the end zone.
6 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes, 25 seconds on the drive. Now Freeman Jones will come on for the extra point to try to tie the game up at 7. Jones is 24 of 24 on PATs this year, now 25 out of 25. Tie game at 7 here in Chapel Hill. Western Carolina taking on North Carolina. There's number 48, Thomas Jackson. He just scored a touchdown for North Carolina on the pass from Nathan Elliott. We're all tied at 7 here in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, on that play right there with Jackson going across the middle, man, a senior, great touchdown for the Tar Heels.
And Freeman Jones sails it into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be first and 10. Western Carolina at its own 25. Here's the pass from Elliott to Jackson.
Yeah, again, great pass protection there for the quarterback, and sees that drag route. Jackson comes all the way across the field on a short, shallow drag and goes into the end zone, yards after the catch, and finishes off with a touchdown.
6 plays, 80 yards, 225 on the drive for UNC. Tie game at 7, and now Western Carolina out of the FCS, hailing from about 4.5 hours away in Cullowhee, North Carolina, will have its next possession. Fumble on the play, and it's recovered by North Carolina as Adams got popped in the backfield. Ball came loose, and North Carolina recovers. Tamon Fox on the recovery.
Yeah, Tyree Adams didn't even have a chance to even react or respond. He got hit immediately. Soon as the tackle lets the guy go, and there's a stunt play actually on the interior defensive line play. He just comes around and hits him. I don't even think Tyree Adams even sees him.
So another short field for UNC as it trailed to start the game 7-0. Now in a tie game at 7, trying to take the lead for the first time today.
Yeah, Tyler Powell on that last one there, hitting the quarterback and causing a fumble.
Elliott on first and 10, quick throw, and he finds Bo Corrales, the wide receiver, as he slithers his way inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line, close to a first down, a gain of 8 on the play for Bo Corrales.
Bo Corrales makes up. Last time the ball was a little high. Of course, we saw the interception. Not going to harp on that, but ends up making a positive yardage play there for about 6 or 7 yards.
Officially 2nd down and 3 after a gain of 7. And Elliott gives to Michael Carter, straight up the middle, spinning his way off tacklers inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st down and goal to go for UNC.
And this is what Michael Carter does so well. Of course, great blocking up front, but he can make you miss. He's got great feet, and he's very physical. Very seldom you see Michael Carter go backwards.
And Carter trying to go up the middle. Is he into the end zone? They say no. He's down inside the 1 at about the half-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal to go.
Yeah, he got shook up a little bit. He's got a replacement coming in there. Javonte Williams getting a little playing time today.
And Javonte Williams fighting his way. Is he in the end zone? Yes, he crossed the plane to the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina. Javonte Williams from a yard out.
Well, Javonte Williams, I'm sure Michael Carter would have loved to have finished that one off. He seemed to got a little bit shook up a little bit, but Javonte Williams does a great job. But look at the offensive line here as they just power drive the Catamount defense. And this is something that they're going to do all day. They're going to run the ball, and they're not going to leave any secrets out. Everybody in the entire stadium knows that they're going to run the football, and you got to stop it if you're on the Catamounts defense.
Freeman Jones tacks on the extra point. A drive of 4 plays, 20 yards, only 91 seconds off the clock. First the fumble by Tyree Adams of the Catamounts. And then back in Chapel Hill, 14-7, North Carolina with the lead. Head coach Larry Fedora talked about how turnovers have been a problem for his team this year, giving up the football too much. This time, Ronaldo, they got a turnover back, caused one, and then scored a touchdown.
Yeah, the most inopportune time was the turnover, but then the best opportunity was when they got it back.
And a bit of an onside kick, and it's recovered by North Carolina. How about that?
Well, apparently, of course, somebody in the booth next to us probably saw that those guys on the Catamounts return team were not honoring that front line, and there you go right there. It's too much of a space right there on that end, and a great job of making that call for Coach Fedora and the special teams.
So North Carolina rather, takes over 1st and 10 at the Catamount 48. And Jordan Brown, one of his early carries on the day, pick up a 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 7 for Jordan Brown and UNC.
Yeah, counter play up the middle. Jordan Brown is another guy that's a bit of a change-up. Not as a shake guy like the last guy, Michael Brown, but again, another physical runner up the middle.
Jordan Brown, Javonte Williams in the backfield with Elliott, and he'll keep his own number, and inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Ty Harris, Mike linebacker on the stop, number 37 for Western Carolina. Just a gain of 1.
Yeah, just a draw play by the quarterback here, and Nathan Elliott said, I want a little bit of the dose of the run as well. Get behind those big horses up in the front.
Elliott throws out of the backfield. Ball is caught by Jordan Brown, and Brown hurdling defenders inside to the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And now North Carolina 1 of 2 on 3rd down conversions today, a gain of 15.
Yeah, Jordan Brown's 13 receptions of the year there, can catch a little bit out the backfield there, but again, another great changeup. These running backs, they are certainly the heart and soul of this offense.
And off to Javonte Williams, who has a rushing touchdown in this game for North Carolina. Goes up the middle, gains about 5, down to the 25-yard line, brings up 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
Yeah, Javonte Williams, he wished he could have got that one back. I think the turf monster got him there up the middle there. He easily had another 10 or 15 yards there if he wouldn't have tripped.
Elliott throws, one-arm catch made by Jake Vargas, back up tight end as he's tackled by Mitchell Chansey for Western Carolina. What a grab and a haul in by Jake Vargas.
Jake Vargas did a great job there. Love the hair though, but he ends up hanging on to it. Great defense, but hangs on to it pretty tight.
And then a short run up the middle, gain of 4, another first down for UNC. This is only the second time North Carolina and Western Carolina have played college football against each other. The first ever meeting was just a year ago when North Carolina beat the Catamounts 65-10 here at Kenan Stadium just 1 year ago. And Elliott making a new quarterback into the game in Anthony Ratliff Williams, his second time to play QB in this first quarter.
Yeah, you talked about last year's game. Kind of similar situation. Last year, 7-7 starting off with the first quarter. Of course, Tyree Adams gets dinged up. They pull him out, and they never could recover.
Elliott, the give to Jordan Brown. Now tries to cut back up the middle. Ricky Paleo, number 99, first man there, along with Ty Harris, the linebacker for Western. Gain of 3, brings up now 3rd down and 4.
Well, just a zone right there, and again, you're going to get a big dose of the run. I mean, this is going to continue to happen throughout the game, and for the Catamount defense, there have been injuries there, and they need to make sure they try to come up with a big stop here.
Daz Newsome on the end around and nowhere to go. As Western Carolina stops UNC on 3rd down, Michael Murphy, who has an interception in this game with a big tackle and a tackle for loss for Western Carolina. Loss of 4 in the play.
Well, Michael Murphy has been a bright spot on this Catamounts defense there, and of course Newsome, as explosive as he is, Murphy makes a sound tackle there, and of course another tackle for loss. That's his 5th of the year.
Here comes Freeman Jones, a 33-yard attempt from the left hash. He is 16 of 23 field goal wise on the year. His season long is 49. And this one hits the top of the goalpost, and it's no good. Plenty of distance. The accuracy not the same. Hits the top of the goalpost, and the kick is no good, and a stop on defense for the Catamounts.
Yeah, another missed opportunity as you get close to the red zone, and this is kind of his range where Coach Fedor talked about he felt comfortable with his kick. So you look at Coach Fedor, and he's like, hey, this is a makeable kick. And you can see the disappointment there. He's not too happy there.
So here comes Western Carolina. Tyree Adams in the shotgun on 1st down and 10. Feels the pressure, being chased from behind and finally dragged down from behind after a 5-yard gain down to the 25-yard line. Trey Morrison, the nickelback, number 27, on the tackle for UNC.
Yeah, Trey Morrison, the coaches really like this guy. They say he almost may not even know what he's doing, and that's a good thing. He's a young guy, and he just goes out there and plays and makes a tackle right there, pulling that jersey down, wouldn't let go.
The fake to Young. Adams throws. Pass is caught by Daquan Patton, and he's got a 1st down for Western Carolina. Daquan Patton, number 6. He's the son of former Catamount player and former New England Patriots star David Patton, who won 3 Super Bowl titles with Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
Well, I was a teammate with David Patton, and he actually was with the Redskins with me for a little bit there. And, man, he's got that same fiery as does his dad when I played with him.
Adams fakes the handoff and under pressure, and down he goes. As Zack Gill, the backup defensive tackle, takes him down for a loss of 3 on the play.
Great play by Zack Gill. And again, it comes down to making sure you put pressure on him and corral him. If he doesn't see anything down the field, of course, great coverage on those cornerbacks in the secondary, and great way to be able to corral the pocket and get him down there for a sack.
Loss of 3, now second down and 13. Adams over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Kenny Benton across the middle. Covered by Corey Bell in the secondary. Now third down and 13. That's one thing that the coaches of Western Carolina, North Carolina, talked about with us yesterday. Defensive coordinator John Papuchis, we asked him, what's the key for tomorrow? And without hesitation, he said, stop the quarterback. Get to Tyree Adams.
No other thing. Of course, they got keys to the game, but their main key is stopping Tyree Adams. And so right now, you're in a 3rd and long here on defense. And I know Coach Papuchis likes to be able to dial up a blitz here. They don't want him to be comfortable back there, sitting there, throwing the pass.
Adams will quickly throw out of the backfield. Passes caught by Connell Young, and Young with nowhere to go gains a couple. Game tackled by a host of Tar Heels. Forward progress up to the 37, the 38-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play.
Well, good pass and, of course, tackle by the Tar Heels. They're not going to allow you to beat them down the field, and make sure the ball's right in front of them and go and run to the football and make the tackle.
Ian Berryman, number 83, to punt it away for Western Carolina. Daz Newsome standing at his own 22. Booming kick, sending Daz Newsome inside his own 15, down to his own 13-yard line. Newsome, a little bit of room, finally tackled just shy of the 30-yard line. Penalty flag, though, on the play. 49-yard punt by Ian Berryman.
During the return, holding, number 44, return team. 34, return team. 10-yard penalty for middle run. First down, North Carolina.
And that's the end of the first quarter of play. Back and forth battle. North Carolina with 14 unanswered points. Touchdown run, touchdown pass as well. Catamounts for the touchdown run. 14-7 UNC after 1 quarter of play. North Carolina leading Western Carolina in this FBS versus FCS showdown. There's head coach Larry Fedora in his 7th season at the helm of the Tar Heel football program. This year, only a 1-8 record. Last year, just 3-9. But he has had some success, Ronaldo, including that 11-3 mark, 8-0 in the ACC, going to the ACC title game in 2015.
Yeah, Coach Fedora, of course, the expectations for his team is very high. And last year, riddled with so many injuries. And then you come into this year, and, you know, he's a guy that is a great leader, and he's going to continue to stay the course.
Jordan Brown breaking tackles and finally forced out of bounds inside the 30 by A.J. Rogers, the strong safety. Jordan Brown, the junior from nearby Durham, North Carolina, a gain of 8.
Yeah, the South Durham High School product. Again, we talked about all of these running backs. They are all physical. They do even a better job even when they're blocking. All around, they're great running backs, and you see there with Jordan Brown there running the physical play.
Elliott, all kinds of time, and he finds Anthony Ratliff Williams. And he finally is taken down after the first down was made, down to the 21-yard line. Nathan Elliott settling in, Ronaldo. Since that first interception, he's now completed 8 straight.
Yeah, and he's right on target. You know, the first interception, of course, a little high. Bo Corrales still should have caught it. But here's a guy that Coach talked about was more hard on himself than anyone else. He's a huge critic of himself, and he wants to get every play right, understands the offense and the scheme.
Jordan Brown goes up the middle, breaking tackles into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. Jordan Brown's 3rd rushing touchdown of the season from 22 yards out.
And when you can hand the ball off to a running back like Jordan Brown, we talked about Michael Carter early, and then just a straight lead up the middle. I can't talk enough about this offensive line right here. A counter play lead right up the middle. He just takes it straight up. Untouched, goes right into the end zone. Great play by Jordan Brown. Great vision.
4 plays, 83 yards, a minute and 1 second off the clock on that drive. 22-yard touchdown run by Jordan Brown. Freeman Jones missed a field goal a moment ago, now hits the PAT. North Carolina leads it 21-7. Jordan Brown, the junior, with his 3rd rushing in the early second quarter. North Carolina leads Western Carolina by 2 scores, 21-7. Brock Bowling, Ronaldo Wynn with you. As the temperature is right at 60 degrees. Sunny skies, beautiful day for college football here in good old Chapel Hill. Freeman Jones will kick it away. And a low line driver, which will go out of the end zone. That'll be a penalty. Good field position for Western Carolina on this next drive. 1st and 10.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team by rule, ball be placed at the 35.
This is a Western Carolina team which began the year 3-0. Best start for the program since 1976, and then 7 straight losses since then. 2 losses by 7 points or less, including a 2-point loss in triple overtime at East Tennessee State back on October 27th. In fact, Ronaldo, Western Carolina was up 15 points with 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter and still lost the game.
Yeah, they just couldn't close the game out.
As Adams finds Donovan Spencer near the 1st down sticks. In fact, the game went to triple overtime. In the 1st overtime, Western Carolina had a chance to win the game on a short field goal from 27 yards out. Kick was missed. They went to a 2nd overtime, a 3rd overtime, and finally lost 45-43 in triple OT at East Tennessee State in Johnson City. High throw, incomplete. Adams looking for DJ Thorpe, as he was covered on the play for North Carolina by DeAndre Hollins, the DB.
Yeah, and you talked about there are at least 3 or 4 games. Of course, that one right there was a winnable game. But you lose close games like that, and we talked about the same for the Tar Heels. Both teams have not been able to close the game out, and a lot of those have been mistakes on their part.
3rd down and 4.
Got a blitz coming up the middle.
Adams over the middle, passes caught by Kenny Benton in traffic. How did he haul it in? He has a 1st down for Western Carolina.
And how did Kenny Benton bring it in, or how did Tyree Adams get that ball through there? He's got a guy in his face there, and somehow on that quick slant, he's got 3 Tar Heels around him, and he gets it in to convert for the 1st down.
There you see the passing numbers for Adams, 5 of 8, 51 yards. Does have 1 rushing touchdown in this game. Adams on a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Here comes the pressure. Throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Looking for Nate Mullen as Malik Carney put pressure on Adams in the pocket.
Malik Carney comes up with the miss, but the pressure is just as important. Getting the rush, you may not get the sack, but he causes Malik to go off balance and goes a lot faster than he wanted to throw the football.
Second down and 10. Adams nowhere to go, and down he goes as Jason Strobridge, the defensive tackle, number 55, on the stop for UNC. And they think Strobridge can play possibly at the next level. There's a penalty flag in the play.
Too much celebration.
65, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. That is his 1st unsportsmanlike. Excuse me, correct, it's 55, number 55.
So Jason Strobridge called for unsportsmanlike, too much celebration after the play, and that'll move the sticks for Western Carolina.
Yeah, here's a stunt play right up the middle. Strobridge along with a whole cast of guys, and he's throwing a fishing rod out. He's got him hooked. He's casting there, but unfortunately, wrong place, wrong time. Fedora wants you to cast right on the sideline. Think about it a little bit.
So now the Catamounts inside UNC territory. New set of downs, 1st down and 10. And Adams will keep it himself as he fakes the pitch, has a first down and more. Following blockers and breaking tackles inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line as Miles Dorn, the free safety, took him down after a 25-yard run.
Now, this is what I was waiting for, because this is where he's most explosive and when this offense is most successful, when he uses his legs here. And, of course, he leads Holcomb all the way, holds it all the way there. Last minute, pulls it out. And this is what he does so well, when he can make people miss and get up the field. I like the fact that he's passing, but this is where he can hurt you with his legs.
And Adams keeps it himself. Loss on the play of 2 down to the 21. We talked with the coaches of Western Carolina this week, including offensive coordinator Brad Glenn. Asked him about Tyree Adams, what makes him special. He says, you know, he's got the arms, he's got the legs. The thing that he really does, he beats teams with his mind. A very smart player, very cerebral, very intelligent between the ears.
Yeah, when you have that intangible, and that just comes from preparation, and that's what Coach, like you said, talked about. Works very hard and understands the scheme and the offense and what he's getting on defense.
Adams, here comes the pressure, and loses his helmet. Someone lost a helmet, and he throws it away, incomplete. I thought it was Adams' helmet. Instead, it's one of the linemen, number 65, Caleb Spry, the center.
It should be just the opposite. And Tyler Powell, you know, he's thinking, hey, I got another sack here. And, of course, they're dialing up the defensive line blitz. In some kind of way, he comes out of a two-man tackle. And as you know, Tyree Adams is not a big guy, only 185 pounds, 6'2".
Third down and 13.
All sides.
False start, number 3, offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
So they call a false start instead on Western Carolina. Now it brings up third down and 18.
Yeah, everybody's not on the same page there. The receiver there got him. DJ Thorpe. He wasn't on the same snap count as everyone else.
Adams, all kinds of time, throws to the sideline, incomplete, looking for Donovan Spencer. Miles Dorn there along with Greg Ross in the secondary. And now it's fourth down. So here comes Will Horton on for the field goal for Western Carolina. His season-long 47 yards out. The coaches say they feel comfortable with his leg strength from about 55 yards. The accuracy might be a different story.
Right up the middle.
This is from 43 yards out. Right down the middle, and the kick is good. So Will Horton knocks in a long field goal for Western Carolina. Still 21-10 UNC. 10:23 to go, second quarter. And in fact, last night, Ronaldo, you were at the UNC Tar Heel men's basketball game against Tennessee Tech. What'd you think?
Well, it wasn't too much of a game, but it was great seeing the Tar Heels, of course, top ranked, and blow out Tennessee Tech by 50 points. At least the kids were happy. They got free biscuits.
On the kickoff return, Anthony Ratliff Williams returns it out to the 22. A gain of 21 on the return. Nathan Elliott. A slow start, but a strong performance ever since that first interception. 8 straight completions since that first pick.
Yeah, and Nathan Elliott, you know, he's no stranger to being consistent. You know, of course, he's had the top in terms of record-breaking attempts, 52 in a row, and, you know, that's tops over Mitch Trubisky, who, of course, we know is a great quarterback now with the Chicago Bears.
And the give to Jordan Brown, and he bangs off tacklers for a short game. Talk about Nathan Elliott. We talked to the coaches yesterday, and they say he's just a really good, solid leader for this team. Leads by example on the field, off the field. But they say his biggest attribute is it's like having an offensive coordinator on the field.
Yeah, he's a guy that understands the scheme. And, again, when you have a guy like that, you know, can read defenses and be able to make those audibles without having to go to the coach. it is like having a coach on the field.
And Jordan Brown turns the corner, forced out of bounds by Ty Harris, the linebacker, number 37, and a first down for UNC.
Yeah, and Jordan Brown, again, we talked about it. I mean, this offense is averaging over 200 yards per game. This is what they do. This is who they are. They're physical. They're not going to apologize for it either. But again, they need to close games and be able to get into the end zone.
Elliott, little screen to the left side, finds Jordan Brown, and not much on that sideline to work with. Gained a couple. Jacorvius Wortham on the tackle, the linebacker for Western Carolina.
Yeah, Jacorvius just makes a good tackle. He doesn't allow Jordan Brown to make a move. He's on him before he can even turn up the field.
Elliott sheds one tackler. Ball is intercepted by Western Carolina. A.J. Rogers with the pick. And for A.J., that's his first interception of the season. The freshman from Duncan, South Carolina. No, correction, it's John Brannon. John Brannon, number 9. His second interception of the year.
Yeah, and this is when the rush and coverage helps each other. He needs to go over there and thank his defensive lineman there, or the blitz right there when he comes in and tries to get pressure there. And again, Jacorvius Wortham puts pressure on the quarterback and causes Elliott to be able to make an error in terms of throwing that football.
So the second turnover forced by Western Carolina. Tyree Adams, penalty flag goes down. Adams a short gain, but we'll check on the penalty.
Hold, number 63, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
It's on Zach Weeks, the center, preseason first team All-SoCon this year.
Yeah, you can see the look on Nathan Elliott. He's disappointed. He knows that he shouldn't have threw it. Just should have taken the sack here. And again, these defensive linemen for Carolina, you know, it's hard to handle these guys, you know, in terms of the size. And that's one of the things that Coach Fedor talked about when we talked about, you know, FCS to a FBS. It starts with the defensive line. It's the biggest difference.
Here comes the pressure. Adams somehow throws, finds a receiver in the area, Connell Young, and it's incomplete. He saved a sack.
Yeah, another sack save there. And then, you know, look who's putting up his hands there. The defensive lineman, Tyler Powell. He's like, what happened? I had him. And some kind of way, Tyree Adams doesn't go down and gets rid of the ball. As you can see right here, you know, you just have a 4-man rush right here. And Tyler Powell does a great job on the board rush there on the guard. In some kind of way, Tyree Adams gets rid of the football.
Second down and 20. Adams, all kinds of time, and had a man open, and Nate Mullen in the flat, that it's incomplete. Trey Morrison on the coverage, and that ball was overthrown.
Timeout, injured North Carolina player.
Yeah, we have an injury on the field.
Media timeout.
Jason Strobridge down in the field. We'll take a break. Come back to chat. Walking off the field. Got his leg banged up on the last play.
Yeah, and if you look at the right side of the screen, he's working on 2 guys, and his own man comes around there, and Tomlin Fox gets caught up knee to knee and hyperextends, and that hurts that defensive line. You know, they're already, you know, low. You know, Aaron Crawford's out, Jalen Dalton, of course, Jeremiah Clark, and now you got musical chairs trying to figure out who you're going to put in there.
So a short gain on the pass from Adams to Young, and now Will Horton, who made a 43-yard field goal a moment ago. This will be from 45 yards out from the right hash. His season long this year, 47. A low kick. Has the distance, and the kick is good by Will Horton, and he cuts the lead down to 8 at 21-13.
Look at Will Horton, man. He's like, I'm good. Just give me the ball, coach. I got you.
This is a Western Carolina team which has struggled moving the football today. Of their 24 plays from scrimmage, 14 have been for 0 yards or negative numbers.
Right. And you know, this is one of the things that Coach Fedora talked about is, you know, we have to stop making mistakes and we have to execute better. And that can come from penalties, you know, of course, just negative plays, interceptions, turnovers, all of the above. You know, and this has been the story all year long. This is the reason why they couldn't close out those games throughout the year.
So Will Horton cuts it down to a full one-possession game. 21-13, Tar Heels by 8. And Horton will kick it off again for Western. And a touchback for UNC.
So you're only up by 8 points. And, of course, as you go into it, you see the offensive coordinator. He's kind of talking to those guys and making sure that everybody's on the same page. They need to be able to build that confidence and have a great series. No penalties, no mistakes, no interceptions. Of course, Nathan Elliott, take what the defense gives you. Don't overplay. Of course, you got a great running backs back there to hand the ball off to.
There's one of those great running backs, Jordan Brown, and he gains 7 yards, brings up 2nd down and 3. You know, we talked with offensive coordinator for the Tar Heels, Chris Kapilovic. We saw him a moment ago, and he said this might be the most enjoyable and best group of running backs he's ever coached in his collegiate coaching career, with Brown and Carter and Williams. He said they really play for each other. They block well for each other. Very unselfish team. He's really enjoyed this unit. There's a pass dropped by Daz Newsome, and it's incomplete. That's a pretty good compliment when your OC says your running back crew is unselfish.
Yeah, you know, it just shows you that, you know, all of these guys, you know, have great stats. You know, top 3 in terms of rushing on this football team. And, you know, Coach talked about, you know, which each one brings to the table, whether you have a Jordan Brown who is a physical runner. All of them are physical. A Michael Carter, who I think is a little banged up now and can make you miss. And then, of course, we're missing Antonio Williams, who's out of the game, who's another guy that's very physical.
Bo Corrales on the catch, the throw from Elliott, and another first down for UNC. They'll move the chains again. 6-yard completion from Elliott to Bo Corrales.
Yeah, this is just a great catch right here. A little bit outside, you know. You would like the ball right there on the numbers. But Bo Corrales, after that first miss sight there in the beginning of the game, does a great job catching it.
Ooh, and Javonte Williams nearly broke one as he was tackled by the ankles from Ty Harris, the linebacker. Gain of 8 on the play. That could have been a lot bigger play than it was.
Yeah, you know, we talked about the 3 running backs, but let's not forget about Javonte Williams, a young guy here, and look at his physicality there, right up the middle, doing a little road grade there.
Elliott has a wide open man. The pass is caught by Rontavious Groves, and Groves is into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. Rontavious Groves from 54 yards out.
Rontavious Groves, a busted coverage there. And this is what the running game does for you. You got guys cheating up a little bit there, and, you know, there's a cross pattern there, and there he is right there up the middle, goes in for the touchdown there.
So Rontavious Groves, his first career touchdown as a Tar Heel. A young man that suffered an injury last year. Had to sit out the rest of the season. A 5-play, 75-yard drive. 1 minute, 24 seconds off the clock as Elliott finds a wide open Brock Bowling. Ronaldo Wynn with you and the rest of our ACC Network Extra crew. Total yards so far in the first half. North Carolina with 306. Western Carolina just 75. Freeman Jones boots it away. Another touchback. Western will take over 1st and 10. At its own 25-yard line. How about how wide open Rontavious Groves was on the pass from Nathan Elliott for Groves' first career touchdown?
Yeah, Reggie Jones, I don't know what he's looking at here. He bites on the play there, and it leaves his man hanging there in the safety, and Brandon Bond and those guys. And Rontavious Groves just makes a crossing pattern and takes it all the way to the end zone for his first touchdown of the season, the Nashville native.
And Adams will keep it himself and pitches at the last second to Nate Mullen. He has a first down, and blockers ahead of him and forced out of bounds by Greg Ross at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 15 on the play and a first down.
Hey, look at that. I mean, the option at its finest right here. Of course, Tyree Adams is going to be able to draw a lot of attention there, and he just pitches his last minute. Nate Mullins. Like to see that play a little bit more there.
Donovan Spencer trying the left side, and Miles Dorn right there to force him out, along with J.K. Britt for a pickup of 2. This is a Western Carolina team, Ronaldo, which has really moved the football well in the Southern Conference this year. Second best in the conference in points per game, averaging 32 a game, and total offense, averaging 467 yards per game. But a different animal here today against an FBS opponent from the ACC.
Yeah, and much of the time when you have kids,
Mullen throws back to Tyree Adams, and Adams catching the football has a first down. He can run, he can pass, he can also catch.
He can, and I like that play being dialed up there by the offensive coordinator, Brad Glenn there. Again, allowing this guy, Tyree Adams, I don't care where he is on the field, even if he doesn't have the football, you got to make sure you have a spy guy on him. Of course, if you don't, you'll get a play like that.
And Donovan Spencer on the carry, and there's Cole Holcomb. I think that's the first time we've called his name today. The ACC leading tackler this year, 93 coming into today for Holcomb and UNC.
Yeah, but they haven't run the ball as much, and Cole Holcomb, who we've talked about earlier, the captain here on this team, avoids the cut and comes up with the tackle. A little bit too much yardage there for a first down play.
Spencer immediately hit by Tamon Fox, the defensive end, 6'3", 250 sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Big man makes the stop for UNC.
Yeah, tackle for loss there, Tamon Fox. He's got 5 for the year, 1.5 sacks. Developing very well as a young defensive end.
Western Carolina 1 of 5 on third down plays today, and a timeout taken by Western.
Western Carolina, it's their first timeout of the half.
So a timeout taken by Western Carolina with 3:51 to go in the second quarter, and North Carolina leads it by 15. Now, Western Carolina has a great dual threat quarterback in Tyree Adams. Over 2,000 yards passing this year. And came into today needing 98 yards rushing for 1,000 for his career. And Mark Spear, no stranger to coaching good dual threat quarterbacks. Coached Amani Edwards at Appalachian State back in 2006. There you see DeAndre Presley at App State in 2010, and then Tyree Adams this year, 914 yards up to the minute stats.
Yeah.
Updated here today for Adams.
Yeah, Coach Spears talked about, obviously Brad Glenn, the offensive coordinator. He was on that team when they upset Michigan years ago. He alluded to that coming into this game.
Adams over the middle. Great grab made by Western Carolina by Connell Young out of the backfield. First down, a gain of 10 for Young and Western Carolina.
Yeah, Adams takes a hit right here from Tamon Fox. He gets up, shook up a little bit, but I like the fact that he stays in the pocket and throws a strike to his right receiver there, Connell Young.
Adams to throw. Leaping grab made by Daquan Patton, taken down by Greg Ross. Short gain inside the 30, gain of 4 down to the 29-yard line. Brings up second down for Western.
Yeah, Daquan Patton, he's having a heck of a year already, 553 yards, third in receiving on the team, and a teammate with Kenny Benton there on the other end there, all the way back from high school. And these guys get excited when they get the opportunity to come into this type of stadium. They are from this North Carolina region, and of course they want to play well.
Adams tackled from behind by North Carolina by Jaleel Taylor, defensive tackle, the freshman. Loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, Miles Dorn turned it in to his teammate Taylor, having an opportunity to make the play on Tyree Adams. He couldn't go anywhere. They corralled the ball.
So 3rd down and 7, where Western Carolina is 2 of 6 on 3rd down plays this afternoon. Play clock down to 3. And a timeout taken by Western Carolina.
Western Carolina.
Hey, it worked last time. They took a timeout and came up with a 3rd down conversion for a strike. Coach Spears wants to talk about it with his offensive coordinator, Brad Glenn.
Speaking of Brad Glenn, the OC, he talked about one of the struggles this year for the offense, Ronaldo, is the fact that they've been in the red zone a lot this year. They had to settle for 3 points instead of 7.
Well, it's tough when you get into the red zone and you can't convert and get touchdowns. Of course, that's the goal. And they got a great kicker in Horton. But your goal is to get into the end zone if you want to have an opportunity. And, of course, we talked about a lot of these games falling short. And it was because they couldn't convert and get touchdowns into the end zone.
So 3rd down and 7 for Western Carolina. Adams over the middle, wide open, Nate Mullen. 4 defenders in front of him and finally taken down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. 1st down for Western Carolina after a gain of 16.
Well, it worked again. You go ahead and draw up the play. You got 3 wides to the right. And there you have it. Nate Mullen just runs a quick, easy crosser route and gets the 1st down there.
Adams on the option play, throws a forward pass. It's caught on the bounce by Nate Mullen. That's an incomplete pass.
Nice try, though. I like a little backyard type ball. But, of course, a penalty.
There's an illegal forward pass.
He was past the line of scrimmage when he threw the football, so that's an illegal forward pass. It's a loss of down.
2nd down.
Nice play by Mullen, just not a legal one.
Yeah, so they're on the 13 there, and when you see it, I like the improvising of the play. Hey, maybe in the backyard that works, you know. You don't have reps, but in this case, the refs are right on it.
So now 2nd down and 13. Adams hit as he throws. Ball nearly intercepted by Greg Ross, and it's incomplete. Oh, my goodness, right in the numbers. He had it, and then he dropped it.
Yeah, that would have been his 1st interception there, and Greg Ross tries to one-hand it in. Great coverage. Bad throw by the quarterback, Tyree Adams. He's lucky they didn't get intercepted.
That would have been Ross's 1st interception of the season. This is the 12th play of the drive coming up for Western Carolina. Down 15 inside of 90 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. 3rd down and 13, must reach the 4 for the 1st down. Adams throws incomplete. Pressure put on him by North Carolina by Jaleel Taylor. And now it's 4th down, and Will Horton will come out again.
Yeah, Will Horton having a perfect day, but Tyree Adams, we just talked about being able to get it into the end zone. They come out in the empty set, and it's just great coverage by the Tar Heels defense.
This will be a 33-yard attempt. down the middle, and the kick is good. Horton is 3 for 3 on field goal tries here today. Cuts it down to a 12-point game with 1:20 to go in the second quarter. 13 plays, 59 yards on the drive. Took 4 minutes and 51 seconds. And Ronaldo, this is a game which we talked to the Western Carolina coaches this week, and they said the coaches, the players, they've all prepared for this game just like any other game, just like any other opponent. However, the Western Carolina players have been fired up all week, getting to come over to the ACC, come over to an FBS house and play North Carolina. Probably a lot of these guys dreamed of playing here at UNC.
Yeah, and you know, we talked to Coach about that and the excitement. If you can't get up for a game like this, you know, you have an opportunity for which a lot of these players, you know, maybe was on the verge of getting an offer or maybe didn't. And you grew up being a Tar Heel fan, and you have an opportunity to have your family come into this awesome stadium and play against an ACC opponent.
Anthony Ratliff Williams takes it out past the 25 down to the 26. A 23-yard kickoff return.
Yeah, many of the guys on the roster, you know, right nearby, you see Durham, you know, Charlotte. Again, a lot of the guys even know other guys across the ball from them. And again, nothing to lose. This is your last game, and for a lot of these seniors, Brock, this may be their last opportunity being able to strap on a Catamount helmet.
Elliott on first down, dumps it off to Jordan Brown out of the backfield. He has a first down past the 35 out to the 37-yard line. They'll stop the clock and move the chains.
And this is one of the things that all of these running backs are doing. Even right here, you know, a great screen play, but they can catch the ball out of the backfield, and then once they get the ball yards after the catch, they can make something happen.
Gain of 13. Elliott on first down, throws wide open is Garrett Walston. No, they say he dropped it, and it's incomplete. Garrett Walston, fourth string tight end, unable to hold it in. That stops the clock with 48 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of new guys coming in, getting some playing time. I know Coach Fedora liked to get a little bit more cushion under his belt.
Elliott, quick throw. Rontavius Groves, who has one touchdown in this game, has a first down, fumbles the football, and it's recovered by Western Carolina. John Brannon with an interception, and now a fumble recovery for Western.
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I am. And this is, again, what we've talked about, not having turnovers, ball security, son. I mean, he's excited. He's made a big play earlier, but he's just got that ball hanging out. And, of course, the Catamount defense, they take advantage of it and strips the ball from behind, getting the ball back to their offense.
So Western Carolina back onto the field. 3 timeouts remaining. Correction, 1 timeout remaining. Just one remaining. Chance to perhaps put some more points on the board before the break. 5 wide receivers for Adams to work with on 1st and 10. Over the middle, Adams looking for Nate Mullen, incomplete. Cole Holcomb on the coverage, and a penalty flag comes in late.
Holding. Defense, number 36. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So holding on the defense on Cole Holcomb, the linebacker. That's an automatic first down, and they'll move the ball up the field to near midfield.
Now, Cole Holcomb, he's got the speed, but in this case, you know, a little bit too much jersey there on the inside there, and the ref was able to catch it. I mean, Holcomb is a 4-5 guy. He should be able to stay with that guy.
Adams over the middle, nobody home, incomplete. Nate Mullen, the closest man there for the Catamounts, but he wasn't even that close to the ball.
Yeah, you see Tyree Adams, he's saying, my bad, wasn't on the same page, which you don't see. We talked about Tyree Adams being able to be a guy that understands the scheme, a very smart player, but right there, just not on the same page with Nate Mullins, his receiver.
Adams finds Kenny making a Jordan Mathis on the catch. Inside the North Carolina 45-yard line. Now they'll spike it, and Adams does with 18 seconds to go. And it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, not quite in the range of the kicker, Will Horton. But this last catch there, yep, looks like a catch.
So 4th down and about 1 yard to go. Adams being pressured. Here comes the pressure, and down he goes. And North Carolina will take over on downs with 12 seconds remaining. Trey Morrison on the sack, his 2nd sack of the season.
Yeah, Trey Morrison, he gets the call on the outside pressure there. The defensive line, they slant inside, and Trey Morrison makes the play there and wouldn't allow Tyree Adams to get outside and overflank him.
It's a loss of 14. So a couple of more plays left perhaps for North Carolina in this 2nd quarter. Elliott dumps it off, crossing routes, pass caught by Daz Newsome, stays in bounds inside the 40 down to the 38, and now timeout taken by North Carolina with 5 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, you're too far for a field goal, so you got one opportunity probably to take a shot to the end zone, and even up the middle if you can spread it out and go back to what worked for you earlier, you know, and test that secondary out. There have been some breakdowns.
So timeout taken. We talked to all the coaches of North Carolina yesterday. Larry Fedora, Chris Kapilovic, John Papuchis, and they all said the same thing. We've just got to focus on ourselves, do our thing, do what we do best, impose our will. On paper, they're the favorites. Right now, they're leading by 12 points.
Got a new quarterback in.
Manny Miles, the son of former LSU head coach Les Miles, into the game. Final play of the 2nd quarter. And Manny Miles will send it deep as far as he can. Jump ball into the end zone. Pass is caught. Touchdown, North Carolina. Jake Bargas with the touchdown grab, his 1st of the season. 38 yards out. A Hail Mary prayer by Manny Miles and answered in the end zone by Jake Bargas.
Manny Miles gives his receivers an opportunity. This is what you want. It's his tip drill here, and there you go. You stay focused there, and he comes down with it. The guy that I talked about earlier, the guy with the hair, made a great pass early on the drag route and then comes up with the touchdown for the Tar Heels.
And that's the end of the 1st half of play. Manny Miles, the backup quarterback, son of former LSU head coach Les Miles, his 1st play in the game. Hail Mary pass. Answered in the end zone by Jake Bargas, 3rd string tight end. Tar Heels lead at the break, 35-16.
Drink of Fansville.
And the 3rd quarter is underway as Western Carolina kicks it off to North Carolina. This is Anthony Ratliff Williams trying to make something happen. Past the 30, past the 35, and finally wrestled down at the 38-yard line. That's where North Carolina will take over 1st down and 10. UNC won the opening kickoff toss and decided to defer to the 2nd half, and they will take the football here in the 3rd quarter. A return of 26 for Anthony Ratliff Williams. There is Nathan Elliott, his 1st half numbers, 14 of 18, 219. A couple of touchdown throws and a couple of picks. And Jordan Brown trying to find a hole to go through and gains a couple down to the 40. Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd down and 8.
As the Tar Heels come back out starting this second half, I know Fedora, yeah, the score is 35-16, but they need to play a cleaner game on all fronts. Eliminate all mistakes. Of course, Nathan Elliott making better decisions with poise in the pocket.
Elliott, quick throw. Pass is caught by Carl Tucker, the wide receiver, and he is down as the tight end, Carl Tucker, makes the grab and goes down to the 30-yard line. First down for UNC once again.
Yeah, Carl Tucker right up the middle in the seam. Nobody's there to pick him up. That's the way you want to get started there, building that momentum if you're the Tar Heels offense.
Little stretch play for Jordan Brown, and goes right and then goes back up the middle. Gains 2. He'll come out of the game. Well, actually, he'll stay in, and Javonte Williams comes in as well. Daz Newsome will come out. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Elliott will swing it out to Jordan Brown out of the backfield this time. Breaks a tackle, and a flag comes in. This might have been a face mask pulled on the face of Jordan Brown.
Illegal block in the back.
Nope.
Number 86, offense, 10-yard penalty.
Illegal block in the back on Carl Tucker.
Yeah, let's take another look here. I mean, uncharacteristic for the offense. I mean, you know, anytime that ref is on that sideline, and even if you don't even touch him, it wasn't a hard block, but he sees 2 hands come on the back of that jersey number. Easy call for the ref.
Ten-yard penalty, now 2nd down and 18. Elliott hands it off to Javonte Williams, breaking tackles and inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Only the 2nd meeting ever between Western Carolina and North Carolina. The first meeting was just 1 year ago, and North Carolina won that game 65-10 here at Kenan Stadium. There you see the 3rd down conversion category. It has not been a strength for North Carolina this season, but so far today, 3 out of 5 at 60%. Elliott throws out of the backfield. He finds Javonte Williams, and Williams well shy of the first down marker. Goes down inside the 30, down to the 29.
Yeah, the linebacker gets a nice lick on him. And again, one thing about these backs, the first guy is usually not going to be the guy that's going to take them down. And again, bringing everyone to the ball gives the opportunity for the Catamounts to go ahead and not allow that conversion.
This will be a 47-yard attempt for Freeman Jones. His season long is 49. 47 yards away. And the kick is wide and short, and it's no good.
Well, this is not the start that Coach Fedora wanted to have coming out in the second half. You know, you have a penalty, and then you have an opportunity to put points on the board, and it's just not accurate enough or even long enough to get in between the goalposts.
This is a North Carolina team which has just 1 win on the season, Ronaldo. That 1 win came here early in the season against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's only loss in ACC play this year is to North Carolina, and Pittsburgh is vying for a Coastal Division championship in the ACC. Just so ironic how that all works out.
Any given Saturday. You see Zack Gill there for the Tar Heels. Again, a lot of the young guys are going to start to play. We saw a few injuries already, riddled that defensive line with injuries. 3 guys out. And now that you see the young guy getting a little playing time from Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Adams down the sideline, quick throw, and it's incomplete. Looking for Daquan Patton, Patrice Rene, the left corner, on the coverage.
Again, this is not what the Catamounts do on offense. You know, they beat you with their legs here, and great coverage by the Tar Heels on Patton. But their offense is all through Tyree Adams running the football with the option plays.
Adams throws, wide open, Donovan Spencer out of the backfield, has a first down and more inside Tar Heel territory. Cutting back inside the red zone, down inside to the 7-yard line. First down, goal to go for Western Carolina. Donovan Spencer with a big play.
Yeah, of course, no choice but to throw the football, and just a out and up cut by Spencer coming out of the backfield there, and man, does he make some moves there to get it all the way inside the 10-yard line there. A young Charlotte, North Carolina kid from Vance High School. He's excited to play in this stadium today.
Adams, the play fake, quick throw, incomplete, looking for the tight end, Owen Kosinski.
Yeah,
brings up second down and goal.
Owen Kosinski wide open. Tyree Adams wishes he can have it back because that's just an easy lob and throw and could have been a touchdown by Kosinski.
The play before was a 64-yard reception on the pass from Adams to Spencer. Adams, quick pitch, Donovan Spencer again, this time engulfed up. Inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. And now third down and goal after a loss of 1.
Yeah, you talked about Donovan Spencer, you know, having that long run. His longest prior to that, Brock, was 75 yards, so he was pretty close.
Third down and goal. Western Carolina would love to have 7 points here instead of 3.
Right.
Adams quickly throws, finds Daquan Patton, hit immediately by Miles Dorn. Dorn makes the tackle, and now it's fourth down and goal for Western Carolina, and it looks like the field goal unit coming back on again.
Well, Miles Dorn, another Vance High School guy. We talked about these guys are playing against each other. There's a lot of familiarity amongst both sides of the football, but yet and still they settle for 3 points, and this is what we talked about with the offensive coordinator, Brad Glenn. You got to get it into the end zone, but here's Will Horton, as we know, has been perfect for the day, 3 for 3.
26-yard attempt by Will Horton, 3 for 3 field goals on the day. This one is through there. He's now 4 for 4, and the kick is good. 9:23 to go in the third quarter. Western Carolina putting the first point on the board. Back in Chapel Hill, third quarter, 35-19. North Carolina leading Western Carolina. Brock Bowling, Ronaldo Wynn with you. And the Catamounts just knocked in another field goal to make it 35-19. Western Carolina trailing North Carolina. FCS versus FBS. And on the ensuing kickoff, here is Anthony Ratliff Williams from his own 5-yard line, and making something happen, stays on his feet. Oh, stops on a dime and goes forward down to the 45-yard line. That's where North Carolina will take over, first down and 10. And Ronaldo, it's been a tough year for North Carolina. 1-8 record, 1-6 in the ACC. And 4 losses by 7 points or less by North Carolina this year.
Well, we're getting a glimpse of how they lost those 4. It could have easily gone the other way, but that easily hadn't happened because of what we're seeing today. We're seeing the mistakes and the penalties, and so it's like being able to throw a few cards, but you're not getting that ace yet. So hopefully they can get an ace here in this drive.
Yeah, lost at Cal by 7 early in the year. Lost here at home to Virginia Tech by 3. Lost at Syracuse in double overtime by 3 a few weeks ago, and then lost at Duke just down the road by 7. Had a Hail Mary attempt at the end of the game and just came up short against the Blue Devils last week. So this team could easily be 5-4 instead of 1-8. Javonte Williams on the carry has the first down as he fumbled, pounced back on top of it. And we talked about Western Carolina, similar situation, started out 3-0, 7 straight losses since, including a couple by 7 points or less. Heartbreaking loss in triple overtime at East Tennessee State. A game which they had wrapped up probably twice and just couldn't seal the deal.
Yeah, but I think the biggest difference is the expectation level. You know, you have Western Carolina where Coach Spears took a team from nothing, wide open.
Javonte Williams out of the backfield holds it in on the pass from Nathan Elliott inside the 10-yard line. First down, goal to go for UNC.
Yeah, and this is just the running back running a seam route right up the middle. He doesn't change directions whatsoever, and an easy pitch and catch for the Tar Heel offense there from Nathan Elliott.
Jordan Brown off left tackle and ankle tackled at the last second down inside of the 1-yard line. It'll be second down and goal to go for UNC.
Yeah, left zone play here. And again, I can't say enough things about this offensive line, the way they gel. This has been the healthiest unit for this team, is this offensive line.
And Brown stopped by Marvin Tillman, the safety, for a loss of 1 on the play.
Marvin Tillman, another guy from Durham, North Carolina, went to South Durham High School. He's still out there playing and makes a great play for a tackle for loss. Second on the team with 85 total tackles. So he's a tackling machine. He gets back there in that backfield a lot.
So third and goal for UNC from the 2. Javonte Williams bangs his way into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. Javonte Williams from 2 yards out. And the Tar Heels crack 40 here at home.
Javonte Williams is taking advantage of this opportunity that he has. Guys are a little bit banged up. Of course, we haven't seen Michael Carter since the first quarter, and he came in and scored on the goal line. And again, Javonte Williams comes back with another goal line score into the end zone.
And Noah Ruggles, backup place kicker, will come on for North Carolina. Tacks on the PAT, and the kick is good, and North Carolina leads now 42-19. Devante Williams right at the gut, bulldozing his way in for a North Carolina team touchdown run to make it 42-19. North Carolina leading Western Carolina, 6:51 to go. Here in the third quarter, Brock Bowling, Ronaldo Wynn with you. And North Carolina starting to stretch its lead out a little bit more, up by 23. With 6:51 to go in the third quarter. And Freeman Jones will kick it away and sails out of the end zone, a touchback for Western Carolina. How about Javonte Williams tonight, Ronaldo?
Yeah, Javonte Williams, he got the call. We talked about Michael Carter coming out of the game, and he makes the most out of it, showing that he has some catching skills out of the backfield, and then 2 rushing touchdowns, showing the physicality. You know, we talked about the 3 running backs in the stable, and as we talked yesterday, Brock, you know, they really like this kid, but just hadn't had those opportunities, hadn't had those reps because the guys in front of him are just as good, but he's taking full advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, it's a stable which averages in ACC play, rushing over 200 yards a game. Adams with a run, goes down. Penalty flags, though, on the play.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
So 5-yard penalty on Western Carolina. This is Western Carolina's final game of the season. No postseason hopes for them, with a 3-7 record coming into today. North Carolina, after today, plays at home against NC State right here in Kenan Stadium next week. Adams will air it out down the right sideline, looking for Kenny Benton. Incomplete. Penalty flag comes in. Dorn and Morrison on the coverage. Looks like pass interference on UNC.
Pass interference. Defense, number 27, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's on the freshman nickelback, Trey Morrison.
Yeah, Trey Morrison, this is just a man-to-man. He's got him, but when you don't look back for the ball and have a play on the football, they're going to call that every time. You got your hands on the guy. You have to look back and make a play on the football. And right here was just an easy call. Flag on the young freshman, Trey Morrison.
And Connell Young off the right side. Up to the 41, gain of 6.
Yeah, we talked about, both of these teams, both coaches 7th year, but I think as I alluded to earlier, it's the expectation level on both sides is a little bit different. That's the difference between both. Offsides on Dorn. But you got to finish the play because it's a free play for the Catamounts.
Flags all over the place. Passes caught by Donovan Spencer out of the backfield, and he is wrestled out of bounds inside the 25 down to the 23.
Yeah, Miles Dorn here. He's coming on the blitz play.
Defense, number 1. Penalties decline. First down.
It's offsides on Miles Dorn.
Yeah, and you see the coach on the sideline. He's telling the guys, finish the play. Miles Dorn's, okay, you're offsides. But don't stand around because you've just given a free play to the Catamount offense, and they're taking advantage. The coaches on the other end are saying, hey, let's go, let's go. Again, this is what we're talking about for this Carolina team, being able to finish plays and not shoot yourself in the foot.
Adams batted away at the line of scrimmage, and it's incomplete. Batted away by Zack Gill, the defensive tackle, number 34. Got that big paw up there and knocked it away.
Yeah, if you can't get to the quarterback, guess what the next best thing for you to do as a defensive lineman when you're rushing the passer? Get those big paws up. And has an opportunity right here. He jumps up. Nice little vertical there by the young guy.
Fake handoff. Adams passes caught by Connell Young, and then he drops the ball, and it goes out of the end zone. That's a touchback.
Wow.
He had it. He had the score, lost the ball, went out of the end zone, and a touchback, and North Carolina takes over.
I think the look on Spears' face says it all.
Fumble into the end zone for a touchback. Previous play is under review.
Heartbreaking break, and a bad one for Western Carolina.
Yeah, we're seeing, again, on both sides of the football, he almost gets it into the end zone.
And Cole Holcomb pokes it out just before he goes into the end zone. Ball goes out of the end zone and a touchback, UNC ball.
Well, guess who's not going to take a play off and who's going to finish the play? And right here shows you, ladies and gentlemen, why you finish the play all the way to the end. He's almost into the end zone, and guess who else? Cole Holcomb.
Cole Holcomb
makes the big play.
Great story. Former walk-on turned scholarship player back in 2016. Wasn't heavily recruited out of high school. Wasn't very high on the depth chart at UNC. Eventually just worked his tail off on and off the field. Got a scholarship, and now he leads the ACC in tackles, solo tackles, and tackles per game.
Well, a heart and soul like Cole Holcomb, when everything else is going not your way. And, as Coach Fedora said, it sucks.
First down, North Carolina.
They confirm it is a touchback, and North Carolina takes over. Timeout taken, 5:35 to go here in the third quarter. It's all UN. And Ronaldo, how about this play by Cole Holcomb to save a touchdown?
Yeah, he's got the running back one-on-one, man-to-man. He's beat. Donovan Spencer knows he's beat. But again, this just shows you the heart of the type of player that Holcomb is. He never gives up on the play and makes a great play from what started off as not so good of a play.
Former walk-on turned scholarship player. Now all he does is he's leading the ACC in total tackles this season, solo tackles as well as tackles per game.
Yeah, all he does is make plays.
And new quarterback Anthony Ratliff Williams He played both receiver and quarterback in high school, playing receiver and quarterback here today. One of 3 different quarterbacks used on the day for UNC. Elliott, Ratliff Williams, and of course, Manny Miles, the first half hero, throwing the Hail Mary into the end zone to Jake Vargas for the score before the break.
Yeah, he's 100%. 1 pass for 1 touchdown. Big play for Manny Miles in front of his dad. They call the Mad Hatter there, who's here in attendance seeing his son.
Elliott's back in at quarterback. The left-hander throws over the top, and that ball is nearly intercepted by Michael Murphy, and it's incomplete. He has already a 70-yard interception return in this game, and nearly had a second pick right there.
Yeah, and he's eyeing the receiver the entire way, but guess who else is eyeing the quarterback? And there you have it, you know, making an error on the back end. And this is the reason why they've had those young guys come in. You had a Cade Ford and as a freshman, Jace Reuter coming in. And these are the reasons why, is because Elliott has made those type of mistakes.
Elliott to Javonte Williams, incomplete. And now Tar Heels 4 of 8 on 3rd down plays. So Hunter Lent, is this his first punt of the day? I believe it is.
They got a opportunity to warm him up a little bit.
So Hunter Lent to punt it away for UNC. Daquan Patton back to receive at his own 15. Fair catch signal by Patton, hauls it in at the 10. 48-yard punt. Nothing on the return by Patton. And Western Carolina takes over at its own 10. 4:14 to go in the 3rd and down 23.
Well, we saw Coach John Papuchis on the sideline pretty fired up after that last play, even though his captain made a great play on the defense. But, of course, he was speaking to that play that Dorn went off sides, and it felt like the entire team kind of took a play off. Let's see what they do now.
Adams to throw, finds Nate Mullen wide open past the 20 and bumped out of bounds by Corey Bell. And a first down for Western Carolina, a gain of 15.
And it's not the fact that the Mounts may make a first down or make a play. It's about your effort. It doesn't have anything to do with your talent, but your effort on every play. And that's one of the things that coaches, they want their players, and every player should make sure that they run to the ball and give 100% effort.
Adams quickly throws, finds Jordan Mathis. He hauls it in at the 44-yard line. Another first down for Western Carolina. It's a gain of 20.
Yeah, Jordan Mathis just makes a curl route on the outside there, and great pass by Tyree Adams on the money.
And Adams will keep it this time and goes nowhere. That's one thing that North Carolina has done. 2 things, actually. 1, they've made Adams uncomfortable. And 2, they've really stopped him on the run.
Yeah, we talked about, of course, on the offensive side of the ball, guys getting their opportunities. Well, number 34 is making the most of his opportunities as well. And Zack Gill, the Wake Forest, North Carolina product, and he's playing exceptional as a young guy, stepping in for a lot of those injured defensive linemen.
Adams has -3 rushing yards here tonight. Adams being chased, has to throw it away, and it's incomplete. Daquan Patton there in the vicinity of the flats. Coverage by Corey Bell. And brings up 3rd down and 10 with 2:44 to go in the 3rd. And on 3rd downs tonight, Western Carolina 4 of 11.
Well, they have an empty backfield, 5 wide receivers out on both ends. 4 defensive linemen rushing for the Tar Heels.
Adams over the middle, passes hauled in and then dropped incomplete, looking for Kenny Benton. He would have been shy of the first down marker anyway. And now it's 4th down and long, and the punting unit will come onto the field.
Yeah, great play by Corey Bell there and getting that ball out. And like you said, Brock, he would have been short for the first down. But I think Coach Papuchis could be a little content about this series on the defensive side.
Berryman to punt it away. Gorgeous punt. Daz Newsome from his own 13. Newsome to the big hole. Newsome still on his feet, making things happen, and still on his feet. Finally goes down at the 40-yard line. A 33-yard return after the punt from Ian Berryman. There's Larry Fedora hugging with Les Miles, former LSU head coach, before the game. Les Miles' son, Manny Miles, playing today through the Hail Mary touchdown pass at the end of the second quarter. Now Manny Miles back into the game as a QB again here late in the third quarter.
Well, every time, hopefully when he comes in, he makes something happen.
Javonte Williams. Not a bad performance today by Javonte Williams, considered to be the 4th string running back for this great unit of running backs for North Carolina.
Yeah, and again, even on that last run, I mean, 7 hard yards, you know, making guys miss. Love what Javonte is doing, and offsides on the defense. You got to look at the ball, not listen to the quarterback.
Offside, 68, defense, 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
Offsides on Torian Stevenson, the 6'1", 315-pound freshman.
Well, this is what you have when you have young guys playing in the game, and of course, he's getting a little bit of you know, advice from the coach there, and you know, they pull him right off.
Javonte Williams, big hole, first down and more, and finally taken down. Penalty flag comes flying in late. This might be a horse collar or a face mask. Either way, a first down for UNC. It
looked like a horse collar from behind. Yeah, but he may have grabbed around that front part of the mask and get a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, number 18, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end run, automatic first down.
Yeah, great run there. Yeah, he gets it, no doubt about it, and almost gets a horse collar too. Gets a gets a double combo there.
Over 500 yards of offense now for North Carolina. The 4th time the Tar Heels have had over 500 yards in a game on offense this season. New set of downs for Miles and the Tar Heels. First down and 10. Javonte Williams, big hole up the middle, and Marvin Tillman takes him down. The safety down inside of the 11-yard line. They move the sticks again. Another first down for UNC.
Yeah, on this last play, they ran a counter the left side on that face mask, and then they come right back on the right side and run a counter play again. And again, Williams is doing a great job in getting the ball and running it north and south.
And Williams again as we approach 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Gain of 3.
Ball spotted at the 8-yard line.
Second and 7, must reach at least the 1-yard line for the first down. Miles gives to Jordan Brown. He goes straight up the gut and wrestles his way to the first down marker. They'll stop the clock to reset the sticks.
Gain of 7 on the run.
It'll be first down and goal to go from the 1.
I can't say enough about the running backs, of course, in terms of, you know, the physicality. Williams is back in. He must be their goal line type of back.
Well, they say he's a little bit short, so it's not first and goal. A little bit short. Third down. Well, they're going to bring the chains out just to make sure.
And while they're doing that, as we can see, I want you to not look at Williams, but look at the big guys there. You know, a commendable job on this offensive line as we look at if they got the first down there. A little short, but I think there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to, of course, keep it on the ground. And these offensive linemen have been doing such a great job. You know, Williams, Sweet, Nick Polino, who, Brock, we talked about as the leader, you know, on that offensive line, if you will. J.J. McCargo, the young guy, freshman, true freshman, William Barnes from Florida, and then Charlie Heck from Kansas City, Missouri. These guys have done a commendable job. Whoever gets the game ball, if you're a running back, it should also go along with this offensive line up front, making these holes for these guys.
So they are indeed short. Third down and a short 1 yard to go. Javonte Williams has the first down, and he has a touchdown for North Carolina. He got them both.
He's got the hat trick there, Brock. 3 touchdowns for Javonte Williams. Again, this is the same play. You got a tackle pulling on the outside and leading the way there for the young guy, Javonte Williams, who's making the most of his opportunity.
Noah Ruggles, backup place kicker, on for the extra point. He has it with 6 seconds to go in the quarter. It's all North Carolina now, 49-19. Here's head coach Larry Fedora. We asked him yesterday what he likes best about this team despite its 1-8 record. He said that's easy. Loves the way this team competes. They never quit. Loves the way these players play for each other. They've been fighting hard all year. Just a lot of close losses. Losses they probably should not have had, but they did happen. 1-8. Possibly to 2-8 after tonight, and then one more game at home next week against NC State.
Yep. Well, you know, once they finish this game tonight, from the score so far with a win, next week against NC State, you bring in an opponent right here in the area that's a big rival, and you can hopefully end the season with that win for your seniors and to close out with a positive for the season.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever underestimate the importance of finishing the season with a win, giving you some momentum heading into the offseason in the training regimens, the meetings, and then leading into spring play. Ensuing kickoff by UNC. There's a touchback again for Western Carolina.
Well, certainly for the Catamounts, there's no give up in them also. You know, they've come out and you know, you look at the difference between the FBS, FCS. I think we were talking about it on the sideline. They're only given so many scholarships. And it's pretty light on that sideline compared to the Tar Heels. But, you know, all of these guys are, you know, are playing hard to the whistle.
Donovan Spencer, he's had a great game rushing the football, catching the ball out of the backfield, gains a couple down to the 28-yard line, and that's the end of the third quarter of play. 3 quarters down, 1 more to go here at Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill. Into 3 quarters of play, it's all UNC. 2:19. It's Western ball, 1st and 10 at its own 27. As Adams will fake the handoff and has lots of room to run, and there he goes. Inside North Carolina territory and forced out of bounds at around the 49-yard line. Big run by Tyree Adams, a gain of 23.
Yeah, they do a sprint right option play there and gives, of course, Tyree Adams an option to whether either pass the ball or in this case, run the ball. Immediately, he's outside the pocket and, of course, uses his speed to gain big yardage.
There he goes again. Has another first down, and he's fighting for yardage and has another first down, and a penalty flag comes in late. This might be a late hit. Gain of 11.
Personal foul, face mask, number 29, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
So face mask on J.K. Britt.
Yeah, and he just tries to square up the quarterback and, you know, gets his hands flailed out there and gets that face mask.
Adams all kinds of time. Now the pocket collapses. He'll run again. Has a first down and more, and he'll go into the end zone. Touchdown, Western Carolina. And Tyree Adams with his 10th rushing touchdown of the season, second of this game.
Well, it just shows you Tyree Adams in full form here. Plenty of time in the pocket. He feels a little bit of the pressure, makes a man miss, and shows you how he is such a special player for this Catamount offense.
54 yards rushing on the day for Tyree Adams. Here's Will Horton on for the extra point. Right through there, the kick is good. 49-26. Tar Heels lead is still 23. Tyree Adams, the dual threat QB, using Western Carolina hanging around as Tyree Adams with a touchdown run to make it 49-26. Still down 23, but still most of the fourth quarter still to go. And Will Horton with the kick and taken on a bounce by Daz Newsome from his own 2. Trying to turn the corner on the left side of the field and finally taken out by Devarius Courtner at the 21-yard line. So there's quarterback Tyree Adams. Came into the game at Ronaldo with over 2,000 yards passing on the year. Came into today with 902 yards rushing. Needed 98 yards coming into today to become just the 9th player in FCS history with at least 2,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards in the same season. Right now, he's at 954. He's, I think, at 956 rather, 44 yards away from 1,000 for the season. He had -3 yards rushing for most of the day until just a moment ago when he had 57 yards on 3 plays in the last drive.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that in 3 plays he gains all that back and now is only, like you said, only 46 yards away from gaining that 1,000.
Jordan Brown up the middle to the 30.
Jordan Brown on the carry, 4 on the run.
Well, as you look at the keys to the game, what the coaches wanted to do coming into, they wanted to start fast. They didn't do that, but I can tell you this, they wanted to be physical, and they certainly have done that when you look at the offensive side of the football in these running backs.
Manny Miles on second down. He'll keep it himself and twists and turns his way, and he has a first down for UNC.
Oh, Manny Miles there, showing off from front of Pops, getting that first down.
Gain of 5 for Manny Miles. He's a senior playing on in his second to last home game of the year. His father, Les Miles, former LSU head coach, in attendance here tonight. Javonte Williams. And keeps the offense moving the football down the field past the 40 up to the 43.
And one thing I love about these running backs, they don't waste any time, Brock. You know, they see the hole. It's not a bunch of messing around. They get north and south. That was a zone right, you know, read, but he's coming right down on that right side, getting there quick and in a hurry. And again, you know, I can't say enough about Javonte Williams, the young guy, taking advantage of what he has tonight.
Quick inside receiver screen. The pass is caught by Roscoe Johnson. And Roscoe Johnson with his first action of the day. He has a first down inside Western territory down to the 45.
Oh, Roscoe Johnson there getting in there and taking that quick slant pass there and getting the first down for the offense.
New set of downs for the Tar Heels. First down and 10. Javonte Williams. And gains about 4 yards. The Tar Heels did not have the services of Antonio Williams. He was in street clothes before the game. Michael Carter has not seen action here in the second half. We saw him go off to the dressing room, I think, in the second quarter. But they're plenty deep in the running back department. Jordan Brown and now Javonte Williams. Javante's had a good day.
Yeah.
And Miles, late handoff. British Brooks, the 5th string running back.
Was he even on your depth chart there? But I mean, where do they get these guys from? They come right in the game, Brock, and this guy's shaking and baking up like he's on the Madden game, and you pushing the B button there on the inside move there.
And Brooks again, off right tackle, lowering the shoulder. Mitchell Chansey, one of the first men there. Marvin Tillman as well. Stops him for a gain of 5. Second down and 5 coming up. 10:25 to go.
Well, there's no secret what the Tar Heel offense is doing. They're going to grind the clock out. They're going to go ahead and run the football. And as you can see, 2 tight ends for the most part, spreading it out right here. But there's going to be a big dose of the run, and they're going to try to probably run this thing all the way into the end zone.
Miles, the play fake, throws into the end zone. It's incomplete, overthrowing Roscoe Johnson, the 6'1", 190 sophomore from Jonesville, South Carolina. And now brings up third down, with the Tar Heels are 5 of 9 on the night.
Yeah, a little high there. He had him beat by a step. Roscoe Jones from Jonesville, North Carolina.
And Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams on the carry.
Inside the 20, down to the 16. Jacorvius Wortham on the tackle for Western Carolina. And now 4th down and 3.
Looks like they're going to go for it. And why wouldn't you? I think we can guess what this play is going to be.
Timeout, North Carolina. First timeout of the half.
Timeout taken by UN's 3 for North Carolina. 9 of 18 on 4th down conversions so far this year.
Well, I think we can guess where the ball's going.
Miles on the rollout, has to get rid of it. Fires into the end zone. Pass is incomplete. North Carolina takes over.
Yeah.
Western takes over on downs.
Yeah, I don't agree with the play call on this. You know, your best offensive option is the tailback, but hey, you know, you're still up 49-26, Brock.
And Tyree Adams, quarterback keeper, short gain. Taken down by Jake Lawler, number 14 for North Carolina.
Yeah,
no gain on the play.
Yeah, Jake Lawler, again, getting a lot of these young guys, a redshirt freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina there, and South Mecklenburg High School, getting some reps there, made a great play.
No gain, 2nd down and 10. Adams to pass this time. Now he's going to run. And fights for yardage. Has the 1st down and a little bit more past the 30 up to the 33-yard line. And another 1st down for Western Carolina. Gain of 16.
Yeah, let's run it back. You know, he feels the pressure here. No outside contained by the defensive line there. And this is what he has the ability to do. He will look like he's going outside full speed. And right at the last minute, he drops that foot and makes a sharp cut and makes the defender miss there in Matthew Flint.
28 yards away for 1,000 for Adams this season. And Connell Young maintains his balance and finally taken down by a couple of Tar Heels at the 32. As Alan Artis and Matthew Flint on the tackle, double teaming for UNC.
Yeah, Matthew Flint said, I wasn't letting it get away from me this time, along with his teammate Alan Artis.
They fake the handoff. Adams going to throw over the top and incomplete. Penalty flag comes in. The intended receiver was Nate Mullen. Coverage on the play by Corey Bell.
Holding.
And
defensive
18, holding on Bell.
10-yard penalty, previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
Yeah, you can't stop the receiver from running his route, and that's what happened with Nate Mullins running the route, and he just stopped because Bell didn't allow him to at least run the route.
After the infraction, ball is placed at the 41-yard line for the Catamounts.
Adams, play fake, throws over the middle, pass is caught by the tight end, Owen Kosinski. And Kosinki has a 1st down for Western Carolina.
Yeah, the Tar Heels are playing zone here, and Kosinski finds the open area. Tyree Adams hits him right there up the right seam. Kosinski with a great catch and 1st down conversion.
Adams to throw. Now he's going to run. And inside the 30. Down to the 26. Let's take a look at the ACC scoreboard. Pittsburgh winning today at Wake Forest. Your alma mater, Ronaldo, winning over Syracuse, 36-3.
The one I was nervous about, but we took care of business.
Georgia Tech with a lead in the 4th quarter. NC State demolishes Louisville. Later tonight, Duke at Clemson. Kosinski again on the pass from Adams, and Kosinki down to the 21. 5 yards of the play. Enough for the 1st down. They'll move the chains. Now Adams will look over to the sideline, perhaps changing the play. Approaching 6 minutes remaining. Tar Heels lead by 23. Adams will keep it himself, trying to turn the corner, stays on his feet, inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Gain of 6.
Well, then again, he's inching close to that 1,000-yard mark. May not have enough time in the game to get there, but
he needs 14 more yards.
14. You know you're not going to probably win the game, of course, and why not go for the 1,000-yard mark?
Adams, here comes the pressure, and down he goes. Sacked back at the 25-yard line. Jake Lawler again. A 9-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, Jake Lawler, you get 2 guys back there. Of course, Jake Lawler finishes it off. with a rip move. You got Chris Collins back there as well. Love seeing these young guys getting some reps there and making plays while they're out there.
Adams flushed. Stays on his feet, goes down again. Another loss in the play. It's one thing that John Papuch has talked about for North Carolina and the defensive crew that he coaches. He said, we need more tackles for loss than they have explosive plays.
Yeah, and you know, he said also that you know, Adams will get his plays and make you miss, and so they got to continue to run to the ball.
Timeout taken, 4:34 to go. Tar Heels in command. Back in Chapel Hill, 4th down for Western Carolina. Adams trying to make something happen. Inside the 20, down to the 15, maybe the 13-yard line, but a couple of yards shy of the first down marker, and North Carolina will take over on downs. Time to show you who's been putting in work, presented by Carhartt. And putting in work tonight has been Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams, he has been exceptional, very versatile in catching the football and, of course, running the football. Very physical. Taking my hat off to him, but, of course, the offensive line making those holes and giving him great opportunity to get into the end zone. Javonte Williams, he is the guy that's putting in work.
Rushing the football, catching the football, scoring the football. 3 TDs on the night. And a handoff. Gain of 4. Out to the 16. Javonte Williams again. Approaching 4 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, there's no question the running game has been a positive spot tonight for the Tar Heels offense. This is something they can build upon. Of course, going into next week, they have the North Carolina State Wolfpack coming in, and this is something they need to continue to improve and build that momentum of running the football.
There's another big run by Javonte Williams. Nearly broke another tackle until John Brannon, number 9, ankle tackled him from behind. That could have been a huge run, if not a score.
Well, again, just look at his pattern as he comes to the line of scrimmage. He doesn't make any other cuts. He just hits it straight north and south. And again, the physical runner there on the inside of there, if he doesn't get a shoestring tackle, he's on his way to the end zone.
There you see the yardage numbers. Over 600 yards rushing, a total offense by North Carolina.
Massive.
Last time they had over 600 was last year against this same Western Carolina group. As was a first down run by British Brooks.
Carried by number 34, British Brooks.
British Brooks, true freshman from Gastonia, North Carolina.
Gain of 27.
Getting his time as well. You know, you bring in one guy and another guy comes right in, doesn't miss a beat. Just grinding out the clock.
Play clock at 5. And Miles takes the snap. British Brooks and gains a couple. Last game of the year for Western Carolina. Second to last game of the year for UNC as the Tar Heels take on NC State here next week. Also next week, Virginia at Virginia Tech, Syracuse at BC, Wake at Duke, and Pitt against Miami. Also next weekend, some ACC teams taking on SEC schools. Clemson hosting South Carolina in the battle for the Palmetto State. Florida State as well. There's British Brooks again as we approach 90 seconds remaining in the game.
Yeah, you saw some of those matchups in South Carolina unranked. But does it matter when you have that type of rivalry? You know, Clemson, you know, playing at home, but Florida State, they're in jeopardy of having a losing season, but not going to a bowl game. Has the longest streak in bowl games in over about 35 straight, which is a phenomenal record with Coach Taggart and his team.
Third down and 5 for the Heels. And Brooks, a couple of yards shy of the first down marker. Gain of 3.
Well, you of course you go to practice and you continue to work on those mistakes, but there are some positives that you can come out of this game with, and young guys that make some positive. We talked about a few of them, and on both defense and of course the offensive side of the football. Can't say enough about this offensive line. I know the game ball goes to Javonte Williams, but it definitely goes to this offensive line as well.
4th down and 2, and a first down for UNC. That'll stop the clock momentarily. With 9 seconds to go. Or did Western stop it?
I don't think he got it.
No,
I think that's the talk on. But let's see what they say. Yeah, it's a first down for the Catamounts. They take over.
Well, one more play or two perhaps for Western Carolina. One more play perhaps for Tyree Adams to try and break the 1,000-yard mark for this season.
He's got to be a little close there.
9 seconds to go. And Adams.
He may have it right here.
Gonna run. Slides down at the 45-yard line. Clock ends. And that should put him over 1,000 for the season. We'll double check the stats to make sure. But Western Carolina has ended the game, and North Carolina wins it 49-26 after a gain of 18 yards. And we'll double check the numbers, but it looks like, yes, he has it. 1,000 yards rushing for Tyree Adams this season.
Great job.
He needed 98 today. He got 104. He becomes the 9th player in FCS history to have 2,000 yards passing and 1,000 yards rushing in a season. Congrats to Tyree Adams. Your final thoughts on this one?
Well, again, great win, much needed win for the Tar Heels. A win is a win, but you can build on. Of course, we talked about those mistakes and do what you do well. Continue to do that, and that's run the football with a physical offensive line and running backs behind you. Helps the quarterback, it helps the entire team. Defensively, continue to make sure you don't allow the big plays. But again, a much needed win for this Tar Heel offense and defense and team.
All right, that'll wrap things up here for us. So for Ronaldo Wynn and the rest of our ESPN crew, Brock Bowling saying so long from Chapel Hill. The final score, North Carolina 49, Western Carolina 26. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and are archived on the ESPN app. Thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good